Hello, once again. We are back for another round of Blood Bowl 3, and this time we're in for a bit of a treat. Looks like today we're up against Dwarves, so unfortunately we're in a bit of a rough spot. We do not have our extra man on the bench because unfortunately we had 2 casualties, but the good news is, after the last match it turned out we had enough money in the bank in order to replace one of them, so we're back up to a team of 11 players once more. Now, whether or not that's going to be of any help, we're going to find out. Unfortunately, I think the opposing coach also has an extra Dwarf in reserve, so, you know, we're not going to outbash the Dwarves, but then again, you never really do. Not with Dwarves anyway. Or at least, you know, very rarely, I should say. The good news is, though, is that we're equal in fan factor, and all things being equal, I mean, we do have a few advantages going for us. For instance, the opposing coach has the advantage in team value, which that's bad on the one hand, but on the other hand, that means we get some petty cash to play with, and petty cash can make a huge difference, so we'll see how that goes. As an addendum, by the way, just something I would like to point out is that after the difficulties we had last stream with, you know, trying to get the stream to work, and then unfortunately all the drop frames for the stream itself, it wasn't nearly as bad of an issue for the, well, you know, for the actual video itself. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can see for yourself, it doesn't look like it affected the stream in any way. But having said that, the Twitch stream itself, like the actual stream on Twitch, is not looking too great. So I'm looking into different things to fix the problem. So hopefully some of the changes that we've put into place will work. If they don't work, well then I'll have to do some more looking around and tinkering to figure out what's going on. But with any luck, hopefully the stream will be watchable on Twitch this time around. If there's any issues, then, like I said, the sooner I know the better. I don't know if I'll be able to fix them during the match, but I'll try at any rate. But in the meantime, the opposing coach is looking a little bit terrifying here. I mean, only one guard isn't so bad, but the big issue with Dwarves is their mass block. And unfortunately, I'm a bit heavy on the linemen, and they don't really have any block themselves. Well, one lineman does, but when 3-year players don't have block and they're low armor value up against Dwarves and you don't have any reserve, that's usually going to be a problem. So it's going to be rough, and we're going to need to win this match because, I mean, quite frankly, if we don't win the match, then we're going to have... Then we're going to have issues getting to the top of the leaderboards and the rankings again. And ideally, we win this division. I mean, we might not, but we're going to try. But in the meantime, let's see here. We are receiving, so we can do maybe something like this. Move these players a little bit closer. Move these players like so. Alright. And I think that'll be our formation. Hopefully we'll get some injuries off. I doubt it because Dwarves are pretty durable, but, you know, any advantage we can get, we are going to need. The catch was incredibly lucky. That's very fortunate. Let's see, what are we going to do here? Well, that's a lineman, Blitzer. Could go for the Blitzer. But then again, the Blitzer is actually one of the worst players right now. I mean, sure, movement allowance 5 is big, but on the other hand, no tackle. No stand firm. Might want to just go for the lineman. Well, at any rate, let's go ahead and start making some moves. This is going to be a difficult battle, but hopefully it'll pay off. We will leave these here for now, and we'll see how this goes. Pushes are not great, but at the very least that means that the dwarves aren't going to be able to hit us back, so that's not anything to complain about. Let's see. Could do something like this. Okay, that's good. Just push them back. Okay. Doing good so far. Do another stay put. Could go for the blitzer anyway, but I would prefer a different target. Still though, I think we'll do it like this, just so that way... Yeah, because the stand firm isn't going to be... Yeah. Isn't going to be under threat by any sort of crowd surf. Pull back here. Okay, that's our first turn. All in all, not too bad. Managed to secure ourselves a little bit. Let's see what the opponent goes off and does. Now, of course, the ideal is going to be stalling until turn 8. But unfortunately, the coach is playing really smart elf screening. I mean, I'm not elves, but, you know, it's just the fact that that is going to slow me down, especially given that dwarves are going to be really tough to dislodge anyways, because I can't rely on removals. Yep, this will be a very big problem. But that's okay. If they're doing an elf screen, then it means they're likely going for injuries first, which, again, I'm not too concerned about. That's not ideal, but, you know, given that no dodge. Okay. And that's the other thing as well. I'm not too concerned about the crowd surf. The frenzy doesn't really help there. So... Quite the dilemma we got here. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Well, I think I got a little bit of a plan. The issue is it's probably not a great one, but... we will try to make a breakthrough. Again, this should be alright. With no jugs. At least I'm pretty sure there's no jugs here. I'm not seeing any jugs here. Yeah, that's a break tackle. That's the pile drive. Okay, there's one jug there, but that's a ways off. So... We'll just try to move on down like so. Just move down a little bit so that way that jug can't cause any issues. Maybe do something like that. Then we'll do this. Okay, it's not ideal, but we'll follow up on that. Yeah, and we'll just end our turn there for now. And we'll go for a breakthrough here, because this is currently not impossible to break through. It's difficult, but not impossible. And our jug is, not our jug, the opponent's jug is, juggernaut isn't going to be a big deal. Because in order to crowd surf this bodyguard here, that's outside of the movement allowance range, so yeah. A breakthrough will allow us to do a bit of a passing play. I hate having to rely on the passing plays, unfortunately. The passing play is never your go-to, but unfortunately, sometimes it's the only play that really makes any sense. And it might come to that, depending on how things go. Because, you know, if you get down men, then you're going to have to do something. Hopefully we don't go down men, but it's a possibility. I'm quite happy to see that. The Juggernaut is going to be a push, but again, that's perfectly fine. It means that he's not going down. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, but... yeah, okay, so... Juggernaut... hold on, let me just remember how this works, because I'm pretty sure Juggernaut's just going to translate that into a push. I don't think it's going to turn it into a knockdown. I could be wrong on that. Yeah, alright. That's what I was hoping for. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Unfortunately, that is going to be a knockdown, which is unfortunate, but... I was hoping it'd be a stun, but I'll be honest, the KO is not too bad either. The good news is, though, is that there's an opening here. It can be fixed easily enough, but still. Yeah, and that's how you do it. But again, there's still an opening. It's just a matter of attacking this dwarf here. Hopefully we get a knockdown, but again, it's not really something that we can count on. A one-die block is not ideal, but it will allow us to at least poke through. Which honestly, yeah, let's go for that. Push is really all we need. Hopefully we get it. Yeah. Follow up on that. Gives us the breakthrough. Not a big fan of the rush, but the rush might need to happen. Oh, twice too is something I'm not a big fan of, but... Okay. Well, we'll go for it one at a time, then. Oh, that was just... It is nerve-wracking to see that. Oh, this is... Oh, and I wouldn't give to not have to do that. Okay, but the good news is we don't need to make the rush there because we can just plug the gap right there and it'll still be fine. And if we rush over here like so... Again, this is a lot of going for it, but with any luck... Ooh! No, let's not. Yeah. Then we'll go follow up on that. Ideally, we get a knockdown here. Okay. Oh, okay. What happened? Stunned is excellent. And then we do this. That's fine. And there we go. It's not an ideal situation to be in, but we did manage a breakthrough. And a lot of the dwarves are over here, so they're not going to be able to get anywhere anytime soon. So it's just a matter of keeping this area clear. It's a tense match. The match is still not entirely secure. The knockdown is unfortunate, but the good news is that nothing happened there, so... I'm not too concerned if the dwarves decide to attack the... Well, I say attack the ball carrier. They could, but it's unlikely, but they could definitely... Because they already marked the ball carrier with one dwarf, but if they get two dwarves on it, I'm not too concerned about getting the ball back, because there is at least this bodyguard here. I will use Fenda for that. Alright. So let's see how this goes. What's going on here? Okay. Good news is stand firm is going to prevent that from becoming an issue. So... pick up this player. Follow there. I don't like making blocks with the ball carrier, but that might be a good play, because then we can get a 2-die up there. But I do want to make that play a little bit safer first, so... Let's do this first. Okay, it's not ideal, but... Can follow up with that. Okay, knockdown there's huge. Follow up with that. Blitz here. Follow up there. Ideally, we get the knockdown here, but that's just going to be a push, which is unfortunate. That will be a knockdown, though, which is huge, again. Follow up there. Then we'll get this guy moved out of the way. And we won't bother rolling any dice there, when it's more advantageous to just leave that player there to mark these people. Unfortunately, we got a number of players around the ball carrier, but the good news is that the attack is still not super likely to work. One die block is still a one die block. There's a 50-50 chance that it results in a knockdown and a 50-50 chance that it results in nothing really happening. And it is going to be a one die block, most likely. So we'll see how it goes. That is, of course, again, assuming that the opponent goes for the ball, which is possible. I mean, I also would prefer to... I mean, I would really rather not score right now, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if I did. Dwarves are slow, and I still do have players, right now at least. That can always change. So, we'll see how it unfolds. There is a benefit and a downside here, though. The benefit is, of course, that with all the players bunched up together, breaking free is a matter of just getting chain pushes. The problem is that I need to get chain pushes in the right areas, and there's no guarantee that'll be the case. Additionally, this is going to be a problem, having to deal with the Troll Slayer, and having to get rid of this other player at the same time. Okay. Stuns are unfortunate, but they're not the end of the world. Quite the predicament we're in. First things first, let's get this player up and running again. Alright, this might require a few one-die blocks, but it might be worth it. But first things first, let's do this. I mean, I do have Wrestle, so that will be a knockdown at least. Then we can do this. Pushes will work. Ah, but not if that happens. That's actually really annoying. I forgot that stand firm is an issue. Okay, well. I can do this now. You can at least... Yeah. Can do this. Hopefully we get, yep, the knockdown there. Okay. Could do... No. Oh, shoot. This is a tough one. We could get a push here, and then we get... But that wouldn't help us, because then we're still free, so... Maybe do this instead. Hopefully this is just a push. Knockdown is even better, though. Well, we'll follow up on that. Then we'll do this. Knockdown is great. Stay put on that. We'll blitz here. Ideally, we get a push here. Okay. And again, this is all not ideal. The opponent could get a 2-die on the ball, but the hope is that with the players being bunched up together as they are, that either nobody picks up the ball, because it'll be ideally in a bunch of players' tackle zones, or it's just pushes. Because no matter what, the opposing coach is going to need to use a blitz. So, Frenzy is going to make that play a lot more likely to work. Thankfully, that works out in my favor just fine. And that, again, that's fine. So, we'll see how this next roll goes. It's just more pushes. Unfortunately, the downside is going to be that pushes me right out of the... Yeah. But, we'll see how this goes. More pushes, excellent. The debate to use another reroll is a real one. Ooh, and that's actually really good for me. Where did you get the... Oh yeah, because of the guard that's up there. Good news is, though, is that this is going to be just thrown into the mob, so... Stunned is not great. That'll probably be both down annoyingly. Yep. KO'd is really bad. Oh, okay, well, losing the ball was annoying, but we can still manage. Sure hands would have been really good for this situation, but, you know, we can't have that, unfortunately. 3 turns, though, to get the ball back isn't that bad, especially since the opponent's going to have a bit of trouble moving it up with the scrum we got going on. Tackle is annoying there. Downside with Dwarves is that they have a lot of it, so... Alright, let's pick you up. We'll pick the Blitzer up. Pick this bodyguard up. And ideally, we get some knockdowns. Pushes will work too, though. Anybody that doesn't have stand firm, or... Yeah, you don't have stand firm. You actually... You don't have stand firm either. Okay, yeah, then we'll do... Follow up on that. Okay, then we'll do... this. Knockdown is excellent. Follow up on that. Go down here, hopefully. Pushes are fine. Again, I forget that stand firm. The dwarves having stand firm is something that I'm not used to, and I hate to see. Like, this is real annoying, but it's all right. We'll do this. I mean, we at least got the knockdown on him. Knockdown here too. That's actually going to be really good. That means that this is going to be difficult to break through. I don't like that the runner is right by the ball, and I don't have anybody to mark it. But that's the downside with having a thrower that gets stunned. That's just something that had to happen. The good news is, though, is that with no tackle on that Troll Slayer, this could still work out. Unfortunately, no. It's annoying, but, you know, it's... Again, it's not unexpected. When you're rolling 2-die blocks, sits are going to come up decently frequently. Just a bit of a bummer to see. It's like, yeah, I would have liked them to stand up, but Let's see. I mean, I suppose there is the benefit that even if I don't score in this half, while it's really unfortunate that I'm going to have to steal the ball from the dwarf, I mean, can't complain too much because dwarves are notoriously slow. So, I have time. Not a lot, but I have time. Especially since in 3 turns, it's going to be difficult for the dwarves to score on this half. So, that is my saving grace right now. We'll see how much that matters for. Looks like the frames are still dropping annoyingly. I'll have to go back on Twitch, see how it goes. Ooh! Just gonna make a run for it, huh? Alright. Gonna obviously fend that. And that actually does cause a few issues, because that means that that player's right there, so... It's problematic. Tackle all round, too, so a cage dodge is particularly something that's on the table. Alright, let's clear the way. Oh, I should have remembered to pick this guy up. Well, actually, yeah, I can do that now. Why is... Oh, because that guy's marked. Okay, well... We can do this. It is a knockdown, which is ideal. Stay put on that. Two turns left, and the opponent could still potentially score. Yeah, hold on. So 8. Yeah, it'd take a lot of going for it, but it is feasible. Let's see here. What do we got to do here? I think I see the play here. Gonna try to move out of the way, move the ball carrier here somewhere. Good news is that that's a bit too short in order to make it to the end zone in the half. But the goal might just be to prevent me from scoring, which is also something that's perfectly feasible for the opponent to do. The opponent could blitz me there, but again, that's the downside to that, is that while that would be a 2-die block, although then again, well actually no, can't do a blitz there, because if the blitz was there, then you got John, Bo, and Bertram to prevent movement, to prevent movement forward, because that'd be a negative 2-die, unless Dwarfy Dwarf goes to block him, and then just got to think of the plays, because ideally I score this half-step. I mean, I do have players in range to do so. The issue is, though, is that just having a player in range isn't enough. You also have to have the ball and score, so it isn't enough, unfortunately, to just be in range of the end zone. That is not, unfortunately, how this works. This is a tough match, though. Okay. Two die up on deckhand Augustin, but that doesn't really solve the tackle zone issue with the blitzer. It's a scary match, because, again, it's going to be important for ascending the rankings in order to winning this match. So I really need the victory. Okay, well, that's annoying, but on the other hand, that does reduce the movement allowance by a bit. The opposing dwarf. I just need to move him back 1. So as long as I can push him back 1, then it'll be fine. The issue is, I don't think I'll be able to with it, at least not very easily. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna sting. Okay. So here's what we'll do. First things first, let's get okay. I got a plan. We'll see how good of a plan it is, but still. This player goes first. That's not ideal. I really needed the knockdown there, but that's okay. We got another chance at it. Excellent. Then what we're going to do is this next. Okay. Stay put on that. Ideally, we get the knockdown here. Unfortunately, no knockdown. Still no knockdown. That is deeply unfortunate, because now we can't get the blitzer in, at least not very easily. We'll do this. Okay. Stay put on that. That's not likely to work either, but... Gonna have to try it. Oh, excellent. Okay, and then we gotta... Again, this is gonna be an unlikely to work play, but we gotta try it. Excellent. Now with 2 players on the ball, that is going to be a... Well, I wouldn't say it's a tough one. It's perfectly reasonable if Dwarf goes here, but this is the last turn, so... Couldn't push the ball back, but again, that's fine. What I'm really hoping for is that this is just a push. If this is just a push, then that'll mean that you still need to make the dodge with the runner, and that is going to be difficult. Alright, let's see here. Dwarfy Dwarf is obviously going to go for the Blitzer. That just makes the most sense. Especially since the Blitzer is actually in range. The downside is that, again, a knockdown is extremely likely. It's 33% chance on both the dice. It's going to be... Well, actually, no, it's going to be a 1 die, unless some support gets added on there. But support's going to be a bit difficult to come by. Thankfully, it is just a push, which is exactly what I was hoping for. I hate to see that, but, you know, whatever. We still have another half to make it come back. It's just frustrating to see, because now we're probably looking at a tied game, because Dwarves are going to be... It's going to be tough to steal the ball from Dwarves 1 time, much less stealing the ball back from Dwarves twice. So the odds are this is going to be a tied game, which is really unfortunate, because I really needed the win in order to make it up the leaderboard. Especially after that last match did not pan out quite as I'd hoped. So, we'll see. Anything is possible. Maybe 2 of the players have, that are ahead of me in the rankings might have a bad time and might, lose a bit of their, lose a bit of their mojo, as it was, but it's doubtful. Still, though, we'll just do what we can. Because that's all we really can do. And we'll see how this goes. I've only got 44 seconds left of bonus time. Hey, look, sometimes you need the time. Sometimes you need the time. I really needed the time to think on a lot of these turns, but... Let's see here. What's the plan? I guess we could elf screen it. We could go for the draw, because, I mean, getting a draw is better than losing. But I really do need the win. Badly. going all in on the push, which is never what you want to see from Dwarves. Ooh, solid defense. Excellent. Unfortunately, solid defense isn't going to do me any good because they have guard players and I don't. So I really don't want to change my defense. I'd really rather have a strong middle so that I have to force the Dwarves around one way or the other. And then maybe I can do a bit of tricksy plays and just swing around one side, because if they overcommit to one side, Dwarves are so slow they can't easily pivot to the other. Now do I... Oh yeah, because there's stand firm on that player. Oh wait, no, well not stand firm, juggernaut. If it was stand firm, then I wouldn't have moved at all. Yep. Oh, here we go. Okay. Stun. Not gonna go for the pile driver, which is perfectly fine. We'll fend that. No stun. That will be a knockdown, though. We will fend that. And that'll be another just knockdown, but no stun, so... Since the blitz was used over here and that didn't result in anything really, then all in all, I'd say things are looking pretty good. But yeah, that makes sense. They didn't go for the pile driver because they're fixing the foul. They're just sitting there going, we're gonna do everything in our power to make this as likely to injure as possible. All right. Again, I think it's just the case of we're probably going to hold off and try to capitalize on the Dwarves' mistakes. So yeah, I don't want to go too close to the edge here because that Juggernaut's going to cause a few problems. So we'll do this. We'll do that. Actually, do this instead. I know I've already spent some food to do that, but doesn't matter. There we go. Do that. Do this. Well, actually, maybe could have moved this person up. You know what I'm going to do? And that's going to be the end of the turn. We're just going to do a sort of semi-elf screen. And hopefully the Dwarves will push forward. Because if the Dwarves push forward, then that means they're going to bring the ball closer to me. And right now, that's what I need if I want to draw the game. The allure of the SPP will be the bait that draws them in. Hopefully, anyway. Bend for that. Yep, but they're bringing the ball close. That's actually exactly what I need. With any luck, since they don't got anybody in the backfield, hopefully I can steal the ball from them, tie the game. Because again, a tie will be better than nothing. Ooh. Alright. Oh, broken arm. No, I don't need that. Broken arm is going to affect passing ability, but... I will use the Apothecary in the hopes that the broken arm will be fixed, because even though you're not a dedicated... Yeah, no injury. Okay, that's great. Even though that player's not a dedicated passer, I don't really want some stat busts on any players, really. Linemen it's okay with, because linemen are cheap. I can easily replace a lineman, but a stat-busted player that costs 90,000 gold pieces is a bit tougher to replace and justify keeping around. Even if it's a stat they're not going to use too much. Like, I mean, a good example is the Dwarf of the movement bust. I mean, dwarves aren't going to be moving particularly fast anyway, so a movement bust isn't going to be a big deal, but it's still going to be a worse dwarf than, you know, than many others just because they got busted, so that's my thoughts on it anyway. So let's pick up these players. We'll move this down here. Move this player on up to the bodyguard. And we're going to try to make a breakthrough here. Do I want to even re-roll that? No. Doesn't really benefit me too, because I may gain the knockdown, but I've only got 3 of these and I'm going to need them. Bend there. Serious injury. I really didn't need that. Serious injury is either misnets game or niggle. Yeah, niggle. Niggle on alignment is awful, but I don't mind a niggle on a line. Let's see. Badly hurt. Okay, well, this is not promising. No, this is not. Yeah, do a bend there. KO'd. Ooh. Oh no, this is... Well, I think we're starting to lose our chances of pulling this back. We'll try though, but it's not looking good. The Juggernaut is going to cause us problems there again. Though the fact that the opponent didn't follow up is perfectly fine. Good news is that we still have this area on open, so it's just a case of moving this dwarf blocker lineman out of the way, and ideally we move up with the bodyguard. With any luck, that will be enough to maybe throw the ball downfield. Maybe. Of course, it comes with the obvious risks of, you know, yeah, we throw the ball downfield, but we still need to win the match, or ideally try to win the match. But first things first. Pull this player on back. Do the same for this player. Well, shoot, I didn't actually consider that. I forgot that I needed to... Well, it's fine. The agility 4 lineman is not the person I'd want to get the ball, but it's still not the worst. And actually, it does give me the extra movement allowance, so which actually does put me in range to score this turn, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, and we'll do another pass. We'll see how this goes. Again, the idea is we're going to hopefully get the ball, pick up with the thrower, pass it to the lineman scores. That's the plan. It's not a great plan, but it is our only plan. Because otherwise we're in for a 1-0 or 2-0 victory, and that is going to be very problematic for us in the standings. The good news is, though, is that there's only going to be one blitz this turn, and there aren't any attacks anywhere else that are really feasible. Maybe with 2 going for it, the Troll Slayer can get in range to crowd surf deckhand on the next turn. Maybe. I'm not a big fan of that, because I do need the thrower in order to do this play that I'm about to do. But the opposing coach is well aware of that, obviously. Okay. Move the lineman over to here. That is a lot of dice rolls for not a lot of advantages. But nope, I'm gonna need to re-roll that. And unfortunately, 2 1s. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not really much you can do with that. If you roll 2 1s, I could have made the attack dice with a block, and it would have just been attacker down. So that just means that this is unfortunately going to signify the end. Unless I get really lucky here, but yeah. The lineman is at least back there, which is alright, because the lineman's the most likely to get injured. Not to say that I'd like any of these other players getting injured, because, you know, obviously I'd prefer them to stay in the match, and I really don't want to have to replace anyone more than the lineman, but, you know, they at least have the higher armor value to protect them, so it's not great, but it's not awful either. Still, though, that is deeply unfortunate. Deeply, deeply unfortunate. But we'll see how it goes. There's still time to where, again, being behind 6 points when there's only 3 games left? No, 2 games after this. So Yeah, actually, no. With that might take our this loss might take us out of the contention for the playoffs. But if it does, I can't complain too much because it would have been a really good run. I mean, you can't complain when you're on the upper half of the leaderboard at least. But it doesn't look like they're going to score this turn. So I do have another shot at the ball. It's just a very unlikely shot. But it is a shot nonetheless. And a shot is at least better than no shot whatsoever. So I will use the stand firm skill there. So again, our only choice here is we gotta rely on getting the sits, which is unlikely. Well, we need to rely on the dodge, rely on the rush working, rely on getting the sits to maybe knock down the ball carrier. It's a lot of dice rolls is what I'm saying, and it's a very unlikely play to work. But when you've only got the one play, well, it's either this or nothing, so we're going to try for it. Oh, we did it. We're going to follow up on that. We're going to declare the pass action. We're going to hopefully just kick the ball downfield. Oh, nope, I need that. I need that so badly. Nope, but it ain't going to work. Oh, it was unlikely to work, but it would have been so good to be able to take the ball and just chuck it downfield. But again, it was unlikely to work. I knew that going in, so... The good news is that the push, while it does knock me away from the ball... Oh! But that... Wait, hold on, don't... Yeah, that player has tackle, so it's not going to be the biggest deal in the world. Would have been nice if the player didn't have tackle, but again, that's worse for you, so... It is looking unlikely that the opponent will get the ball this turn, though, which is good. The odds that I pick up the ball and chuck it downfield are very low, but they're still feasible. Not likely, but feasible. It is a difficult game, though. Yep, let's see. Pushes, just fine. I'm going to assume that this dwarf blocker lineman is going to go for the ball. No. Okay. We'll do nothing. That does allow the Troll Slayer to move, but it also frees up the bodyguard. Well, actually, yeah, it still does allow the Troll Slayer to move, but again, it's not the worst thing in the world, because if the Troll Slayer moves, it's either going to be one of these two spaces down here, or it's going to be to pick up the ball. I will stand firm on that. And the good news is that with this bodyguard free, That does unfortunately change the dilemma a bit, but that's still okay. I still have this area down here. Hopefully we get a knockdown here or a push down here. Move this player onto the ball. Hopefully the bounce goes somewhere that's a bit more ideal. Hopefully. Then hopefully we can maybe pick up the ball and do something with it. And that's our current plan. Again, they're not great plans, but they're desperation plans, essentially. But unfortunately, it doesn't help because... Yeah. Could maybe go for the push there, but then that's a whole other can of worms. I guess I'll pick up here. Just to bait a few hits. I'll go for the hit here. It's unlikely to work, but all I am looking for is pushes. So, yep, there we go. Because now, with any luck, we'll bounce the ball out of there and hopefully into somewhere that's a bit better positioned. That's a lot better positioned, but unfortunately I don't think I can capitalize on that any. We will nonetheless make a move here, but the dodge doesn't work out. Unfortunate, but again, not really surprising. Hopefully, though, these will just... Yeah, because the pickup still needs to happen. The runner is... Well, I'll be honest, I don't know where the runner's gone off to. But... No, he's here somewhere. Ooh. Okay, stunned is unfortunate on the thrower since I need him to throw the ball downfield, but... Ah, there's the runner, right there on the ground. Could potentially go for the pickup. And indeed, it would make sense to. Sure hands, and 2 going for it, so you have 3 rerolls. This is a most unfortunate case. But, we'll see how the rest of the match plays out. There is still a way out. It's not very likely, but it is a way. And that is to get this blitzer out. Well, actually, no. This bodyguard would need to be the one that gets out, but... Yeah, that's... Yep. And that is going to likely be a Scorenet's turn, which will be deeply unfortunate, because that's going to take me a bit further down the standings, and unfortunately I think that'll take me out of playoff. Yeah. I probably won't make it to playoffs, is what I'm saying, which is, again, unfortunate, but all in all, I can't complain too much. The team has been doing pretty well. Certainly, some of the teams have already been beaten to a pulp, so next season I'll be in good company with at least some pretty good development. I mean, look, it's either this or game loss. Or I could do, like... Yeah, it's either that or game loss, which is really unlikely to work, but then at least I could maybe push the ball carrier down that way. Ball bounces ideally, like, right down to, like, here or something, or, you know, here if it's a knockdown. Pick this player up, or this player, make a bunch of unlikely dodges, but hopefully get a pat. It's, again, it's not likely, but I am willing to risk players if it means I can tie the match, because, again, tying at least puts me into contention for the playoffs, losing might take me out of it, because, you know, because I at least get the additional point. So that point might make all the difference. But unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way. It did not pan out that way. But there's always Nets coming. It's just a shame that this time around it did not pan out. But, again, the team had a really good run for the first season that it played in. And we still have 2 matches, so there's still room for development for the next season. And at the end of the day, as long as we're improving and we're not entering into the death spiral, we can always look forward to the next season, and that's really what counts. Just not dying. But yeah, so that'll be... Oh, what are you doing? Oh, okay, never mind. I was about to say, don't do that. I could have maybe, like, got my blitzer out, you know, but yeah. Well, good game and well played, TonnyWalker. Good game and well played. I mean, I do gotta admit, that was a fun match. But man, it was like, you know, it's one of those where you know how it is. You really want to win them, but you just don't. You can't win them all. But yeah, that was very well played of you. You broke through my defenses very well. Like, props to the opposing coach this time around, because man, that was a tough. Like, getting through was so difficult. It's like, oh, I got the opening here, and oh wait, nope, you can't manage to break through here, and oh well, I made another opening and can't manage to break through here either. It was definitely a case of the whole buff with a lot of the dwarves getting stand firm, or maybe you got them on level ups. I don't know, but if you got them on level ups, then props to you. That is a great build. Because oh my goodness, it was so difficult to do anything. Oh, let's yeah, we'll throw the blitzers on front. Move the bodyguards up like so. And again, it's unfortunate, but, you know, GG and well played. That, oh, don't pitch invasion now. Oh. Okay, well, that still wasn't ideal, because now I can't get SPP from... Well, I mean, I guess I can over here. Alright. Which is make me sad on a turn 16. It's like, yeah, okay, we'll just make a few attacks where we can now before the game's over. And then it's like, no, we're not doing this. The players are tired. Let's see how we go. Really let me down here, guys. Come on. Get a knockdown. I'm not asking a lot. I don't think so, anyway. Come on. Get a knockdown. There we go. Then we'll follow up with that. Move over here, like so. Hopefully this is a knockdown. Nope, just pushes. Game's gonna really make me sad today. Follow up on that. Actually, we probably should have done something over here, because then we could have passed one of the blitzers who has catch, but, you know. The things you think of after you commit to a play. But anyway. Pass the ball like so. Pass the ball like so. Oh, well, that's disappointing. But, you know, can't complain too much. But that's the Blood Bowl match for the week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining in. And I hope you all have a great night. We'll be in for another match sometime. I don't know exactly when. I do know that the next match for the Blood Bowl 2 League is coming up on Sunday, I think. I need to look up the time to remember exactly when, but next match will be on Sunday in the Blood Bowl 2 League. Then we'll be headed back either to another Blood Bowl 2 match, or we'll be doing our other Blood Bowl 3 match. And in either case scenario, again, I want to thank you for watching. Wish you all a good night, and hopefully we can make something happen in the next 2 games. We might be out of the playoff competition, we might not be, but if we are, we can be very sure that we're going to get some levels out of this, hopefully. Get some levels, get some experience, and we'll be back stronger than ever for next season. But that's for next season, and right now we still need to get through this one, so again, I hope to see you all in the next match. Take care and have a great night.